In the last video, we set up this brand new WeDispatch account, and in this video, we're going to set up some drivers and users. If you would like to use the same email that you created the account with as a driver, then all you have to do is click this Make Me a Driver button, and that will set you up this driver. That's sometimes handy for testing. Or if you just happen to be driving as well as the manager of the overall account, great for small teams. We'll go into the actual driver app in the next video, but the next thing we might like to do is just add some general users and drivers. So come up to the top right hand corner. This is where you're going to find the drop down list with a lot of the functionality, and we're going to click on users. So what we've got here is ourself. You'll see that you can edit the details but can't delete yourself as a user. That would be a bad result. And then you can add more users by clicking invite, and you'll just add a new email address. And then they'll be able to log into this same system. And if you create them as an admin, they'll have full access to everything. If they're a user, then they'll be able to have a subset of tasks, and client even more restricted, again, in case you've got a group of people that you want to give some limited access to. And we'll talk about how roles work in a future video, but for now we'll just leave that alone. And then under the tabs here at the top, if we click drivers, this is where you're going to set up your driver teams. So you'll not only create drivers, but teams for managing those drivers. How you use teams is up to you. You might do it by vehicle type, you might do it by zone, or just have a preferred set of drivers versus a secondary set of drivers, or internal versus external. I've seen lots of different ways of doing it, and as you'll see later, you can actually prioritize the automatic dispatch process by team. You can also filter the map by team, so that's quite handy. You just click on the new team link, and we can create a couple. Team 1, new team, team 2. That's easy for now. And then I'm going to create a new driver. We'll call this driver 1 at, well, WeDispatchDemo.com. That's not actually a real email address, but as it turns out, we don't need a real email address to log in. This is just the shape it needs to be. If you don't use a real email address, of course, the driver won't receive any email saying that they now are a driver, and there's also some instructions that go along with that email. So you might like to use their real email address here. They can just be, this is how they're going to show up on the map. We'll just leave it at driver 1. Their phone number is important to include so that the driver can be contacted by the customer via the tracking link if you're sending out tracking links, and so that if you send an SMS direct to a driver, it actually shows up on their phone. I'm going to leave that for now. Click Save, and then I'm going to put that driver into Team 1. Done. Maybe I'll create one more. Let's make a driver 2. Driver 2, add. Password, driver 2, and driver, and we'll put driver 2 into, well, they could be in team 1 too, or we might put them into team 2. Okay, now we've got 3 potential drivers. We've got just a single dispatcher, but we're ready to go to start organizing our the rest of our account. So let's leave it there for this video, and we'll go on in the next one. We've got 3 drivers. We can filter the driver list by team, and all 3 of them will be able to log into the driver app. So let's stop there and go on in another video.